As a technology integration coach, I work with teachers in our school and do not have my own classroom. I was at a complete loss for what I would do for my COETAIL final project, until our middle school principal suggested I work with the art teacher. This year, we are piloting integrating the International Baccalaureate Middle Years Program Design Cycle into 7th and 8th grade art, band, drama, and French classes. The 3 pre-K to 12 tech integration coaches were tasked with collaborating with the subject-specific teachers to make it happen. I have worked with the art and French teachers this year and have created 6 different design units. The 7th grade photography unit had the most promise for my final project because the unit was being created from scratch for both art and design. The MYP Design Cycle is a process used to solve a problem with multiple solutions. Students must investigate, design, plan, and create in order to solve the problem. Throughout the process, they must constantly be evaluating themselves and their work. The design cycle is a guided inquiry for students in year 2 of the MYP. Since our school will be implementing the MYP next chapter in August, the middle school art teacher, Lindsay Lehman, and I decided to create our unit using the next chapter unit planner, but assess the students using the current criteria. We started with the medium is the message and dove in from there. We chose 1 key concept, 3 related concepts, and the global context. We then developed the statement of inquiry and the factual, conceptual, and debatable questions. The first thing I sought to redefine during this unit was the design folder. Students are accustomed to being handed a huge packet of worksheets to fill out. I wanted their design folder to be more dynamic and interactive than that. I chose Tumblr because many students are already familiar with it, and it is a simple blogging platform that does not have a huge learning curve. I created my own Tumblr as a place for the students to get information about the design cycle, interact with experts, and know what was required of them. I tag each post so that the information can be easily organized. I also created a page so students have a one-stop place to find links to all the information they need. Posts tagged Your Turn indicate that the students must create their own post with the appropriate information. The second, more obvious thing I hoped to redefine was the way technology was used in the classroom. My goal was to create a unit that would have been impossible without the use of technology. Social media has redefined the way people communicate around the world. Pictures are playing an increasing role in social interactions, especially among teenagers. I created 2 problems for students to choose from. Both involve creating a successful social media campaign using photography. However, littering focuses on changing a negative behavior, while tourism focuses on a positive behavior. My goal was for the problems to be authentic and to offer choice in order to increase ownership. We are currently in the throes of Investigate. The general structure of the classes are short, direct instruction, followed by class discussion and then individual work time. Inspired by Julie Lemley, we started the unit by allowing students to take pictures around the school as a formative assessment to help guide Lindsay's photography instruction. The photography lessons kicked off the students' research, which includes gathering facts to support their campaign and analyzing 1 photo editing program and 3 social media sites. Students will be encouraged to visit their classmates' design folders in order to see what they thought of different photo editing programs and social media sites. We will discuss what collaboration looks like on the internet, crediting sources, and not stealing information. My favorite part of Investigate has been our guest experts. Technology has allowed us to connect with experts in Japan and the US. We did a Google Hangout with Brian and Yuko of Photo Hoku. They talked about their photography project after the tsunami, and students were able to ask questions. The students' excitement reminded me why I love teaching. Chelsea Hickey, a digital marketing strategist and one of my friends from high school, agreed to answer some of the students' questions regarding social media. I added Discus to my Tumblr so that students could comment on a post with questions and Chelsea could answer them. Chelsea was impressed with the depth of their questions. This week, students will write their design brief and design specification. They will also figure out how they are going to deem their social campaign successful. They will then design a few different ideas for how they would like to solve their problem. Based on their design spec, they will justify the choice of one of their designs. Students will then plan the steps they will take to finish their final product. When students are ready, they will create their social media campaign using photography to get people in Kuwait to stop littering or encourage people to come visit Kuwait. Lastly, they will evaluate the success of their campaign and the impact that it had on society. For art, students will submit a photography portfolio to Lindsay. One thing I had hoped to redefine was our rubrics. The technology department at our school does not use task-specific rubrics, nor do they adjust the Year 5 rubrics for younger students. My goal was to create task-specific rubrics to complement the IB rubrics. However, time got away from me. I am hopeful that next year, with the introduction of the next chapter rubrics, we will be able to add task-specific criteria in order to help guide the students. Currently, my biggest concern is that we are trying to fit too much into too short a time period. I'm incredibly excited to see what students come up with, but I'm nervous that we are asking too much of 7th graders. Whatever happens, it will be a learning experience, and we will be able to better structure next year's unit. COETAIL may be officially over, but the learning doesn't stop there. Stay tuned to my blog for updates.